Punit, nice to see you as well. Welcome.
Love
your socks, by the way. Congratulations
Thank
on the
you.
amazing
Batman
socks. They're great. We talked there about AI, giving us the tools, but it will take on more and more within an organization. Do you think we're going to get to the point, maybe finally, where soft skills become the most crucial thing to an organization? It's not about an ability to process things or to use technology. It's about what can you bring that is a soft skill, largely creativity, I assume, or innovation. But we need to refocus what we prioritize within an organization.
Absolutely, right? So we're educators. I come from the Indian Eye Group of Schools. It's UAE's largest, oldest non-for-profit group of schools. We've got 13,000 learners. And so we have been grappling with this issue in terms of the role of technology, digital learning, curiosity, and obviously soft skills. There's a lot of pressure from parents and parents who want to achieve. You heard what Meena was saying, and we heard what Chinmay and Himanga are saying, the kind of expectations that parents set for their students and their learners. Right? If you look at Education 4.0, the framework by the World Education Forum, the World Economic Forum, it's very clear. Out of the 8 transformative skills, 6 of them are actually soft skills. You talk about character building, you talk about empathy, you talk about global citizenship, you talk about collective learning, and 2 of them are hard in terms of technical and data. So there's a very clear narrative and a very clear pivot that digital learning is the future, right? But unless we as organizations, so if I talk as an educator or as a school, what's my role? Yep. Right? Unless I provide an enabling platform to the students to experiment and almost mess up. We spoke about digital curiosity. Where is the platform where children are actually allowed to fail? Yep. We've seen the last 4 days, there was a child in the news. There was a Massachusetts federal judge who ruled that the child was expelled, and they appealed in the court, and it was denied. Right? My question in that is, there's a duty of care the school has, and did the school actually let that child fail, try an AI tool, an internal exam, and say, guess what, buddy, you got caught out. You shouldn't be doing that. So we have a duty of care. I don't think as educators, leaders, schools, entities, we are doing enough to train our students and to actually make them aware of the risks and potential. So we keep talking about digital literacy, we keep talking about digital curiosity, but where is the impact on the risks? Where is actually the consequences of the actions that they are taking? It's all about parental pressure, it's all about achieving and succeeding. And yesterday's dinner, Ben, you summarized it well, didn't you? When we saw Leander Pace's awesome video, we saw Suhail, and we saw Faisal. The talk wasn't about how you can achieve, be a go-getter, I'm an Olympic champion. This is what Leander spoke about his father and the kind of values that he gave. Sohail spoke about religion, the wonderful leaders of this country, and how they have actually spun the rhetoric to tolerance and empathy. We saw Brahmavihari Swami talking about why he has built the temple and the purpose behind it. So all of that is linked to the soft skills, is linked to the human element. And you look at Meena's session, no bot or AI could do that. So there you go. So that's why the focus has to be on the human being, on the person.
Punit, you're nodding along to all of this. Do you want to come in? I mean, where do you sit on this with students in school right now? Have they got that concept of knowing that this is the start of a long journey, that that constant reinvention and that constant learning is something that they need to focus on now to put the building blocks in place? Because it's changing so quickly. They could be training now for a job that doesn't exist in 10 years.
Yeah, so we know the statistic, right? 80% of the jobs that are learners of today don't exist today, right? So we all know that statistic. Again, what's the duty of care that educators have? Actually, my question, do the teachers get it? Do they get it that they're actually now enablers and they're tools, they're facilitators? It's no longer about listening to your own voice in the classroom. It's more bilateral. It's more about setting an enabling platform and the teacher and the educator being a catalyst. So I think it needs to start from there. The other bit that I think needs to be looked at and refreshed is we have this traditional model of working in a silo, where you have the curriculum, you have the syllabi, and everybody is moving to the standardized testing model and eventually wanting to get into a rat race. Unfortunately, I'm not a rat, neither are you. We're not rats. So why do we need to be in a race? Right? So it surprises people when I talk that way, that, well, you're heading a school, so what's this bit about actually moving away from academics? So again, what Chinmay and what Himanga are saying is important. Critical thinking and continuously learning. But it's all rhetoric. Where is the platform that is being provided to children of today, to learners of today, to move away from a conventional school? It's all about curriculum. The decision matrix are based on curriculum, location, price point. Yeah. It's not about what's actually taught. right? And again, it's a very prescriptive approach. The best way to kill data curiosity is to prescribe. Right? You're just going to kill it. So we talk about a kid being curious at the Reggio Emilia approach or the Montessori approach. A young child gets all messy, experiments, experiential learning, and then makes mistakes and then moves forward. That's how we all learned, right?
Yeah.
And here now it's becoming extremely compartmentalized, extremely prescriptive, right? And I think that's where the learner is suffering. So unless schools get their act together, I mean, universities may disappear. There are boot camps that are coming up that are far more effective, but even schools, right? We need to really evolve ourselves. Does the regulator allow me to do that? Does the curriculum board allow me to do that? Does the examination board allow me to do that? Well, no, but you've got to make a move somewhere. You've got to make a start somewhere. You've got to draw a line in the sand and then set expectations clear.
And the thing that always fascinates me here is, what the expectation is of business, that who is training these young people? Is it the responsibility of schools and colleges and universities, or is it the responsibility of organizations saying, these are the roles and I will train you for them? And I guess you'll probably tell me it's a bit of both.
Absolutely,
but,
you're right.
Where does, which side does that fall?
So we are blessed to be in a country called the UAE. We got progressive leaders, right? So we got schools with 18 different curriculum, 300,000 students, etc. The fastest growing private education sector in the world. So you got a very progressive regulator in the KHDA. Again, so it's a work of the government as well. Again, the government here, His Highness has a very clear mission: zero bureaucracy and be an enabler and be a catalyst to the private sector.
Yeah.
So unless we all work together, it sounds very cliche, but it's as simple as that. Unless I work with industry and unless I work with government and we all work together, when I say I mean the education sector, and we all come together, we keep talking about children being critical thinkers, teamwork. Look at the education system. It teaches you how to actually ace an exam in individual scores.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, individual standardized scores.
Yeah.
Then I get to university and then I have some group projects. I really struggle and stumble my way. And then I get to their companies and I go to work in a team. But I'm not being taught that skill, have I?
Yeah.
I have not been graded on that. My curriculum doesn't allow me to grade for empathy and tolerance.
Yeah.
It allows a very individualistic way of thinking and curriculum. I come from a collective society, I come from a collective culture, but the curriculum I'm imposed, I'm not having a go, but Sohail said yesterday about the colonial impact, right? He had a nice banter with you, nice banter there. But again, it's a legacy that really, it's a very individual approach. There's no collective sense in terms of grading and actually putting a score on the softer, critical, more important human side.
Our time is up, but it's been so good to talk to you. As always, and I say this at all these sessions, they are short, they are just a shop window. Please find any of our panelists outside. I'm sure you'd all be delighted to talk some more about any of the issues. I'm really grateful for your time. So thank you to Hemang, to Chinmay, and to Punit. Ladies and gents, please show our appreciation. Thank you.
Thank you.